probably we can get into it, right? Because this is so I've thought of, and I assume lots of people listen to this, the same thing. Everybody has an idea about something. And I've had lots of ideas where I was like, I can make that an app. No one's going to use the app. If it was a website, people might use the website, but then I would have to go and learn web development. And for me personally, I would just be like, that seems like a lot of effort, so I don't do it. You are the opposite, where it's like you're going to learn. And from what I've been seeing on your Twitter, it's like you learn one thing, like a framework, and then you release that, and you're like, oh, I'm going to rewrite it in this other framework, and then you do that. So how did you find the kind of, like, I guess, what was the learning curve, right? Going from like being quite a good developer, but not knowing web, to being able to write like TuteHub, or TuteHub is the right word, right? Am I saying it right?
Yeah, TuteHub.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Like short for tutorial hub.
Yeah. Just checking. I'm just checking. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. First of all, I really enjoy learning this stuff.
Sure.
That's why it comes so easy to me at the moment. It's just so much fun learning this and building something real and seeing that grow and adding functionality to it. It's a really nice process, but it really is a lot of work to learn the stuff. But luckily, React, what I'm using for my website, is very similar to Jetpack Compose on Android. And since I already learned Jetpack Compose before, I knew how this works with the declarative UI. If I hadn't learned Jetpack Compose before, then I would have needed much longer. Because wrapping your head around this declarative UI concept for the first time and state and everything is a bit tricky, but React is basically the same as Jetpack Compose. I think Jetpack Compose was inspired by React.
Okay.
So this part was not so difficult. Chrome extension is difficult when you do this for the first time. It's just, it's trickier because you're not working with your own website. You're injecting some HTML into someone else's website. And then you have to work with that. That's more trickier. And the setup is also trickier if you want to use React, which you can use for Chrome extension as well. The setup is a bit more difficult, but there are tutorials about that. Node.js and Express for the server I just learned from a tutorial.
Nice.
The YouTube channel Arcade Mind has a really good tutorial on that. So this was not so difficult, but deploying the server for the first time was difficult because I wasn't used to using the command line.
Right.
And then you just have this Linux command line and you have to get the code there and get it to work, and then you need this reverse proxy stuff and so on. The first time this was difficult, but you just learn it, and then the second time it's easier. Yeah, and that's basically the three parts: extension, website, and server.
So when you're deploying the server, I assume you have it running locally to test it and stuff. So then deploying it is like you're deploying it to like AWS or something like that?
I use Hostinger as my hosting service because they sponsored my video and I get hosting for free.
Nice.
So yeah. And then you log in on Hostinger, and then you can choose where the server is located, what country, and so on. And then you get your SSH login credentials, and then you put that in the command line, and then you're connected to the server over the command line, basically. The first time, it's really weird.
Yeah.
When you're used to graphical UIs.
Yeah.
To do everything by typing in letters at the command line.
Yeah.
And Android wasn't so command line heavy like web development, but it's fun. And you feel cool when you do stuff over the command line.
Yeah.
You feel kind of like a tech wizard.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I had that experience because I use Linux as like my main like desktop or operating system. And the first time you use it, all you're doing is just like really simple commands to install apps. And it feels like you're like a hacker from a movie or something. Yeah. It's like, it's
it really does.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, cool. All right. So you said you were doing React for the website. So have you looked, and this is just like a random side question, but React for web is not that dissimilar from React for mobile, right? In terms of like how you write stuff and program and all that kind of stuff. So have you thought about doing anything on the kind of React, like hybrid, Android, iOS side?
Yeah, React Native.
That's the one. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Mobile framework. The thing is, at the moment, I don't need a mobile app. If I later build a mobile app for TuteHub, then maybe I look into this. At the moment, I just don't need it, so I haven't looked into it yet.
Okay.